Hello, my name's Hayley Marie and today I'll be showing you how to paint these 3 handmade Christmas cards using watercolours. I'll be using my A5 Stationery Island watercolour paper. It's cold pressed and 300 GSM. We will need 3 pieces. The list of all the materials I'm using today will be in the description. Once you have your paper, let's fold each one in half, ready to paint on the front. When painting each design, you will have the finished piece in the top corner for reference. We will paint our designs first and the backgrounds of each at the end once all cards are fully dry. Our first design is the gingerbread biscuits. Starting with a gingerbread man shape, then painting a gingerbread house and a shape ready for our snowflake design that you can see in the reference photo. Once our gingerbread bases are done, add a little pink icing bottle and then for some fun adding a squiggle behind the gingerbreads. We will paint that in later to add a bit of colour to our card. The gap here I've decided will look nice with a mini gingerbread star. Now that the base layers are completely dry, go back in with a slightly darker shade and outline each gingerbread. Going back to our pink, we can add the word icing on our bottle. I've mixed a reddy brown colour to paint in the gaps between the squiggle line and the biscuits. Grabbing some gouache, we can now paint our white icing. If you don't have gouache, you can still use a white watercolour, or if you have a white pen or white acrylic. These will also work really well. You can paint in your own designs for each one or follow mine. Moving on to our next Christmas card. This one is a simple Christmas tree with red bows, a gold star and a striped background. To start with, I have 2 shades of green to use and I'll be painting from the top of the tree, starting with a point and then flicking out lines moving down the page. Switching in and out of the 2 greens to add interest to the design. You can also make areas a light or dark wash too, as I've done here. Once your tree is dry, you can grab a red and dot around little bows across the tree. Then I'm finishing it off with a gold star at the top. This last one is a little bit more tricky, so I'll be sketching it first. Draw a coaster at the bottom and then the shape of your Santa mug with the handle. Add some whipped cream at the top, a section on the mug for Santa's hat, face and beard. I'll draw in some snowflake arms under the mug for a cute detail. Once you are happy with your sketch, lightly rub it out so you can still see it as a guide for when you are painting. I'll begin with the base layers, Santa's face and the red section of his hat and handle. Remember to let each section dry so the layers don't merge together. I'll use a cream mix for the whipped cream and then a grey mix for his beard. And let's also go for a cream mix for the coaster too. Once this layer is dry, we can go in with the red to deepen areas of the mug. Mixing a bit of white with the red, painting in some rosy cheeks. Grabbing our black for some eyes and then with the grey mix, painting in the fur around the base of his hat. Once all of that has dried, we can add all the details. Grabbing a yellow ochre, we can outline the cream, giving it that spiraled, whipped look, and then adding a small brown line to show hot chocolate showing through. With the grey, draw his eyebrows and a button nose, outlining his moustache and beard. Finally, the bottom section of his hat and the coaster. I've got a silver watercolour that I'll paint the snowflake arms with to add some festive sparkle. And of course, some gold stars. Not forgetting some sprinkles at the top. I love the sparkle from the stars and snowflakes, so I've decided to add in some sparkle to his beard and hat too. Last touch, a bit of texture and shadow to his face, and we are ready for the next step. Looking at the sparkle on my Santa, I also want to paint some on our other cards. I have a metallic red, so I'm going to paint over the red bows on our tree, and using the white previously used on Santa on the gingerbread icing. Right, let's go on our final step. Mixing a nice light blue shade, I'll get my flat brush and paint some lines in the Christmas tree background. With our Santa and gingerbread card, I want to keep it more simple, so we'll outline the card edges. Green for the Santa mug card, and then the silver to paint scallop shaped around the edge. We are finished! I really hope you enjoyed this Christmas card tutorial. I'd love to see your creation, so tag me on socials. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy painting!